You're a river running over me, bathe me and wash me clean. Go inside me with your water and purify me. When God reaches down, puts a little love in your hands, with kisses and sweetness angels understand. You found holy ground. Oh baby, run with me, run with me, run with me, run with me, run. Oh baby, run with me, run with me, run with me to holy ground.
Hello my friends, this is Greg Monroe of Holy Ground Ministries, and this is going to be a vlog today. Don't know how long it's going to be. I could rant for a while, I guess. I've been ministering and attempting to minister to people for well over 12 years now. And for my efforts, I have received very little attention, other than to be told how fat I am, how stupid I am, how ignorant I am of the world, how I should give it up. All kinds and varieties of hatred have been thrown my way. In the 12-year period, I lost my temper one time and posted a video which I took down not 15 minutes later. And for that one video, I have gained the notoriety of Father F-Bomb. That works. That's what stuck with YouTube. When all of my efforts to persuade mankind to look more towards the good, all of my efforts to bring the gospel to the world, have bore little to no fruit. It is very difficult to do this day in and day out, week after week, month after month, year after year, and be assaulted personally, verbally. And people tell me I have a persecution complex. And that I'm not really being persecuted. But I'll tell you, my friends, if I was on the internet portraying myself as a homosexual and attempting to promote that particular lifestyle, and I received the comments and the verbal abuse and the chastisement that I've been receiving, it would be without a doubt hate speech. It would be without a doubt persecution. if I was another color, if I was black, if I was of the African native descent, and I received this kind of chastisement, if I received this kind of verbal abuse, it would be hate speech, and it would be persecution. But because I'm a middle-aged white man professing Christianity, I have a persecution complex when I say that the chastisement and the verbal abuse and the being called stupid and being called fat hurts me. I feel it. How can anyone not feel the rejection of society because of a belief, because of an opinion? And here I thought, this is a country, the United States, that protected freedom of belief and freedom of opinion. And yet, I'm not persecuted. I'm bringing this on myself. Is this not demonic voices attempting to shut me down? Can you not see that this is a war, a spiritual war, and that there are enemies amongst us, enemies that feel threatened when certain subjects are brought forward, that want to silence those that are out proclaiming the gospel? It's a difficult war. And for me, it's been a long one. And it has been very costly. Since April, I've been unemployed. Many employers out there, when you go out and you look for employment, they look at the social sites. They look at YouTube. They look at Facebook. And they look at your activities. And I'm sure that much of what I've done on the internet for the last 12 years has had a bearing as to why I am still unemployed. And I wonder if I am just frankly not employable. This may very well be my last video, mainly because I no longer have internet service at my home. I no longer have television at my home. I no longer have a telephone number. I can no longer afford those items of luxury. I have a student loan which I have struggled to pay for over 20 years and be able to keep a roof over my head for me and my family. And the student loan is continuing to come out. I've gotten forbearances, but it's once again, here it is this close to Christmas, and it is severely overdrafted my bank account. And being that I'm already behind on the rent, on the car payment, and about to lose auto insurance, I'm at a point where I just don't know what I'm going to do. Like Job, I don't blame God. I blame the wickedness of the world and the fact that those that carry the gospel have certain sacrifices that they must be given. I knew this. I counted the cost at the beginning. But now it looks like I'm coming to the end. This is not about money. This is about the ability to find meaningful labor, the ability to find work which you can be satisfied in. Back in 1997, I received what I thought was a calling to the ministry. And I pursued this calling to the ministry as strongly as I could. I've tried to build a ministry. I've tried to persuade people to coming into a congregation. Not by proselytizing. I am not trying to pull people out of a church circumstance where they're already feeling at home and they're already being fed. The commission and the ministry is to reach those that are not churched, to reach those that do not have a church home. I will tell you that I have paid greatly for that as well. I would think that after all this time that I could persuade somebody that I was a competent minister to be able to find work, even in that area. Although being a hireling disgusts me. I've got to do something. But there's no denomination out there that considers me the right cut for an associate pastor, a youth pastor, or anything along those lines. I've never been to a seminary. All the study I've done on my own. And I've searched diligently, and I've learned so much about the ancient church and how the world has corrupted the church in so many ways. And I would think that people would be interested in that. I would think that people that are seeking to know the path would be interested in that. But they're not. They want teachers that make them feel good about themselves. They're not interested in learning the truth. They want stories told to them. They want prosperity doctrines. I tell you, I am the living example that prosperity doctrine is a false one. If there was prosperity in the material sense in the Gospels, I would have found it. Instead, I've given until it hurts. I've given and sacrificed for years. And now, here it is, almost Christmas. And me and my wife and my 2 kids are on the verge of homelessness. Out on the street, unable to pay our bills. Cost of living being so high. Two part-time jobs cannot support 4 people. Yes, I have unemployment coming in, but it's not enough. And I have a constant fight with the U.S. government and the student loan people over a foolish effort that I made back in the 80s when I got out of the military service, and I thought it would be a great idea to seek an education. I went to college, borrowed money to go, and the career field that I was involved in dried up. I never could find work in the area that I studied in. I ended up having to do whatever menial job, manual labor I could, but manual labor in this country is not valued. And you can't pay back a student loan when you're making less than $10 an hour and trying to feed a family. It just can't be done. At this point, interest in everything loan, I will die with that student loan. When I become of eligible age, I'm told that my Social Security check will be garnished to cover the student loan payment. So I know that homelessness and destitution is just waiting at the door for me. And yes, it hurts to know that I am being rejected and pushed against by this world so hard. It's been a good ride, and I don't regret anything that I've said. I want to admonish you to please think about where you are in life. Look at the sin that is around you and turn from that wickedness, turn from that sin, and reach out to the Lord Jesus Christ. I know that materialistically it hasn't helped me any at all. But where I am poor, and I am impoverished in this life, I know that I have great riches in the next. Keep the faith out there. Those few friends of mine that I've met online, I will treasure you. But I don't know when or if I will ever do another video. May God rain His blessings upon us all.